Hello again, welcome back to Foxes Abroad. So today we're working on my coop, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be we're changing the shocks and struts out. So these are the ones specifically for Foxbody V8 applications with the strange coilovers, because I have the strange coilover setup on the front of the car. And I'll show you in a little bit why their struts really work what they're designed to work with their coilover setup. And the Konis that I have on there, although they're good shocks, they're not going to be optimal for any kind of track time or drag strip use, really, for what we plan on doing this summer. And these will help us out a lot. Setting the car up. We put a set of these on Pete's car last year, and they really settled it down. So that's all I really need to do to convince me to use them, to how well they worked. We've got these on John's car, and I got a set for mine. So they're really kind of the way to go as far as a good shock that's not pressurized, so it's not going to leak out. The nitrogen is not really going to leak out over time. It's adjustable for the best kind of mud you can get. So you just got to basically, you can't wait till springtime and everybody's buying them up with their tax money, because everything usually goes out of stock. For a few months, supply's limited, but I got these ahead of the curve, and we put them on today. So, alright, and I'm gonna get the car uncovered. It's super cold last night. It was snowing yesterday, so it was down into the low 30s. Now it's just up in the barely tickling about 40. I got triple heater action going on here, so that's what the little hiss is in the background, which is bringing the garage temperature up. And we'll get to work. Catch you guys in a few.
Perfect.
Alright, I have the old Konis off, took the stuff apart, and I'm kind of glad I'm doing this, because I took it apart. The top of the coilover kit has a Torrington bearing in it, and when I took it apart, man, you couldn't barely turn this thing at all. And I had put it together with decent grease, what I thought was decent grease, and what I used was this stuff. So I thought that this was a US equivalent of the super sticky grease sold out there by like Lucas and that. And so I use that because I wanted it to be really water resistant, because it's going to get splashed around on UK roads, all the rain and mist we're going to have, and I didn't want these bearings to get rusted up or anything. So that's what I used. But man, that stuff just got hard as a rock. And it's hardly any use just by really just statically sitting there. So I mean, this stuff wasn't cheap. I mean, it was 13 pounds. So that's like 15, 16 bucks, or 16, 17 bucks for that tub of grease. And that's lousy, but what I'm gonna go back together with, I'm gonna use this. I know this is good stuff. I think I got this maybe after that. Got this shipped in. I think I bought this, I don't know where the hell I bought that. I think I may have got it locally, but that's good stuff. So that's what's gonna be going back together with. And if you've ever messed with coilover setups before, there's certain things that are annoying. So when you get it all together and you're trying to adjust the height of your spring, your coil pack. So as you're spinning these things, it's got the notch here to prevent spinning. So not a lot of times if you're using different struts other than what these are designed for, they're not going to work properly. I mean, they'll work, but you get it together, theoretically they should lock, but they just kind of spin around. So they don't lock themselves into the groove when you're trying to turn these, even with double spanner wrenches, trying to get these locked down. So plus there's a little bit of play in the tube fit, but then this is a strange setup, so I can't really complain. It's designed to work with strange shocks, so it fits over tightly, there's no slip, and then you get it here and it'll lock into its proprietary, I don't know if it's proprietary, but it's designed to be used with these struts. So, and then you could turn these spring adjustment, set your ride height, lock it down, and this collar won't be spinning on you. So all right, we'll get these bearings cleaned up a little more. Just got some carb cleaner in here, brake cleaner, degreasing those. These are already cleaned. I'll get this back together. Just so you know, these are 75-12 springs. So what that means is for every 175 pounds of force, this spring will compress 1 inch, and that's about GT V8 or LX V8 stock springs. If you're going to be wanting to keep the same kind of spring rate, 175 is about stock. People go 150 or lighter for like drag, like if they want 4-cylinder-esque or drag racing style front springs. If you're super lightweight stuff, that's maybe what you want to go with. And if you want to road race, you're going to be going higher spring rate than that. But 12 inches is 12 inches here. Sometimes they get -14 springs, which are 14 inches long. But then over time, they can start to, from the length of the spring, it can not be very linear. When it gets compressed, it can bow, and sometimes it could really rub the threads on your coilovers. So the 14-inch springs have kind of gone to the wayside in favor of the 12-inch springs, which are just fine. So, all right, I'm gonna get this reassembled after I clean that, and then we'll get it back in the car. Alright guys, we're all wrapped up with strut and swap, or strut and shock swap. Anyway, So they're all set the way I set it up for track use. I've still got to play around with it for the street. But 7 clicks tight on the rear and 3 clicks in the front, just so you can get it rising up at the front when you launch at the track. So successful, don't scratch paint, no hurt feelings, no bloody knuckles. So these are kind of anticlimactic because I haven't been able to get the car out yet and drive it around to kind of show you guys before and after or anything, but it'll happen sooner or later. It got sunny, but it's still cold, and tank ran out of juice. I got another tank over there to pop on if I need it, but this is one from the grill, so I can do some cooking here soon outside. But yeah, we got, hopefully find somebody who wants to buy those. I mean, they got maybe 500 miles on them, if that. So I really like them. They're a very comfortable ride and everything, but it's just, we need a little bit of adjustability, I think, for street and track use. And I think the Strange shocks, the Strut combos were the best option I had going for me. So alright, well, that's it for this video. And next thing I'm getting up to is some paint work. So if anybody ever done ceramic coating before by themselves, I'm gonna attempt it. So I got fresh paint. It's been drying and curing for plenty of months now to make sure it's good and hard. Just gonna need a quick little polish with the Rupes, and it's gonna get some of this. So I don't know if you guys have know anything about DPC coatings. TMR is supposed to be some pretty sweet stuff, so if they could do it, I could do it. So I mean, it's not going to be that hard because the paint is practically brand new. So it's just like doing when you do a brand new car. You just got to make sure it's clean and nice. Of course, start using it, take it slow, no rushing. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. It smells like water. I haven't smelled it before, but I bet you it smells like ammonia. So kind of like a Cerakote when I did some of the Cerakote stuff for the exhaust side. But when I pop the cap, you'll be along with me, and we'll see how it goes. So, alright guys, catch you in the next video.